Everyone, Saminans. Be aware of the present moment and enjoy every second, every single second of it. Because one day you will miss everything. Today we are having another mindful session to learn to enjoy the present moment. We all welcome the most venerable Dhamma Oshita Thero for today's program. And I welcome my friends too. If there are any new friends, I gladly welcome them too. Before starting today's session, I would like to give a brief overview of the last week's program. At the beginning of the session, Dhammakusala Swamin Wansa talked about a statement from the Giraffes Can't Dance by Giles Andre and related it to the concept of mindfulness. Then we did mindful walking and sitting for about 10 minutes and then shared and discussed our reports with the group, then shared the homework. Ultimately, we had some fun by doing a fun dance activity and then concluded the program. Now, I would respectfully invite Dhammoshita Thero to start the program. Oh, sorry.
Hello, everyone. Naviru, thank you for the introduction. Can you hear me?
Just 7 minutes.
Okay, wonderful. All right, everyone. It's yet another Saturday. Happy to see you all as always. Uh, do we have any new faces? All right, whatever the case, everyone is welcome. And I think we will jump right into today's topic. All right, let's pull that up. And the topic is, and the flowers always knew when it was time to say goodbye. Again, the topic is, and the flowers always knew when it was time to say goodbye. Now, flowers. Flowers are plants, and just like many plants, they come in seasons. Some flowers, they last for only a few days, some flowers, a few weeks, and some flowers, they stay in season for months and months. But whatever the case, however long, the flowers will stop being in season. In other words, the flowers will die, right? Yeah, so they come and they go, and they come and they go. There's always this pattern, coming and going, and coming and going. This is something that is very common in everything in nature, everything in our life, everything out in nature. They always have this pattern of coming and going, and coming and going. And there's something that we are always observing in our practice of mindfulness that is always coming and going. Who can guess what this is? We always observe it. It's always coming and it's going. Laviru, do you have an idea?
Yeah, it's
What's
the
that?
mindfulness.
Yes, yes. In our practice of mindfulness, there's something that we are always observing. It's always rising and falling, rising and falling. What is that? Something in our body.
The breath.
Absolutely, yes. The breath, the breath. It's always coming and it is going. Just like the flowers, they come in season, and when they're out of season, they go away, and we don't see them anymore. They wilt, they shrivel, and they die. Right now in Sri Lanka, you know, I'm originally from a country called Kenya, and now that I'm in Sri Lanka, I've seen this fruit is called rambutan, and right now it is in high season. A few weeks ago, it was not there, but now when you walk in the streets, in all the trees, you see these rambutans ripening, red color, and after a while, the rambutans will disappear. Now, this is another sign of um, one word that maybe some of you will know, but we talk about it very often. We call it impermanent. That means something that is not permanent, something that is not always there. It is only there for a short while. So these rambutans, these flowers that we are talking about, this breath of ours, all of these things, they are not permanent. They just come and they go, and we don't even have to do anything about it. This is just the nature of things. This is just how everything is. Our breath, the fruits in the trees, the flowers, everything, even the stages of our life. When we are born, we're usually very tiny, but we don't stay tiny forever. We grow slowly. We grow into toddlers, and then we grow into teenagers, and then we grow into young adults, and then we go into mature adults, and then we grow into old adults. And just like this, all the stages of our life are not permanent. They keep changing. Also, the situations in our life. Sometimes we are sick, but we don't stay sick forever. Sometimes we are unhappy, but we don't stay unhappy forever. All the things that we don't like when they come, we must always remember, just like our breath, it comes and it goes. It comes and it goes, right? And not only the things that we don't like, but also the things that we do like. When we are happy, we don't stay happy forever because there is always a reason why we are happy. And then when that reason is not there, then the happiness also goes away. Just like the flowers, the happiness says goodbye. And it never tells us when it is time to go. It just goes on its own. Just like it did not tell us when it is time to come, it just comes on its own. Right? And so when we tie all of these things, this nature of flowers coming and going out of season, the rambutans coming and going out of season, all the situations in our life, the happy situations, the sad situations, situations where we worry about things, or situations where we are happy about things. When we relate all of these things to our practice of mindfulness, we see that they all share this same characteristic of coming and going and coming and going. And so, like we all practice mindfulness, we know that when the breath is arising, we are just observing it, right? And when the breath is passing away, that means we are breathing out. We just observe it. We don't even have to do anything about it. It just happens on its own. Since the day we were born, we just keep breathing in and out, without ever controlling it, without wishing for it to happen. It just happens on its own. Now that I've talked about things that are not permanent, that means things that keep changing. Can we get some examples of things that we have noticed in our life, things that keep changing? Anything that changes. Who can tell us anything that changes? Sanhita. Hello, Sanhita. Can you hear us?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
How are you doing today, Mr. Sanhita? Do we still have him online?
Yeah, but he muted.
All right, okay, maybe we shouldn't pull him in very often. Let's see. Hello, Harini. Harini, can you hear us?
Yes, Swamin Hansa.
Very good. Yes, today we are asking a question. Can you give us an example of something that you have ever noticed that does not stay the same. It always comes and it goes away. It comes and it goes away. Can I give you an example? In the morning, what do you see that was not there at night? Yes, Harini, in the morning, something appears that is not usually there at night. Can you guess what that is?
Sunshine.
Exactly. Sunshine. Very good. Now, every day in the morning, the light appears and it stays for some hours, but eventually it has to disappear. And then nighttime falls, right? And then we say that it is nighttime. Every day this happens over and over, and it is like a cycle. It goes round and round and round like the wheel of the bus, and it never stops. From the day we are born, all our life, it just keeps happening, and no one controls it, and there's no switch to turn it on and off. It just happens on its own. Our breathing, we breathe in and we breathe out, and nobody is controlling it. It just happens on its own. Now, our work, our purpose in this practice of mindfulness, when we do mindful sitting and mindful walking, is to understand this process, the way things are happening, that they come and they go, and they come and they go. And you know, something special happens when we understand how this thing is happening. We live in a present moment. In Laviru's introduction today, he said that we learn how to live in the present moment, to be with ourselves. And this happens when we closely look and understand this process of coming and going and coming and going. Sometimes someone may say, oh, you know, this is a bit boring. It is a bit boring. But you know what? Even this feeling that something is boring, it comes and it goes. It comes and it goes. Absolutely everything in our life, anything that you can think about, anything that you can see with your eyes, anything you can hear with your ears, anything you can smell with your nose, or taste with your tongue, or touch with your body, or think with your mind, anything whatsoever without exception, it comes and it goes. It comes and it goes. And when we understand and we see this process for our own self, then we can say that we are being mindful. Then we can say that we are living in the present moment. For example, right now, you can hear the sound of my voice. But when I finish speaking and I fall silent, there is no more sound, just like now. So there is a time where you hear, and there's a time where you do not hear. And your hearing is based on the sound that is coming to your ears, right? So when I speak, there is hearing. When I don't speak, there is no hearing. So just like this, everything that relates to your eyes, your ears, your nose, your tongue, your body, and your mind, everything comes and goes in and out of season, just like the flowers. They come and go on their own. The flowers always knew when it was time to say goodbye. And everything else that we see, everything that we hear, smell, taste, touch, all these things as well, they all know when it is time to say goodbye. So we just let them go. They came without our invitation, And without bidding us goodbye, they just go on their own. So let us always remember this in our mindful sitting and our mindful walking. Whatever we come to know, whatever we experience, just comes and it goes. It says hello and it says goodbye. Hi, goodbye. Hi, goodbye. And so on. All right. Well, I hope today you have learned something from my talk, my little talk. And as with the program, let us move on to sitting. I think it is sitting, not walking.
Professor Bante, it would be walking.
It will be walking. Thank you for reminding me. Yes, we will move on to mindful walking. Now, if you're new here, we want to find a short path where we can walk back and forth, silently, mindfully. And after the walking, we will also do mindful sitting. Now, we can, when you are walking, the usual instructions are pay attention to your stepping left, stepping right. When your foot is stepping, you pay attention. Where your foot is, the other foot is stepping, you also pay attention. This should be where your attention or your mind is. If your mind starts thinking about something else, you know that there is a change in your mind. You should always note that. Always remember that, because after our mindful walking and mindful sitting, we'll write a short report to tell us about our experience. So let us start our mindful walking. Remember to always keep your attention when you step right or when you step left. When you step right, when you step left. Now try as much as possible to always know whether you start thinking about something else or whether you start feeling something you feel with your feet when you step, or something else you feel on your body, something that you hear, something that you smell, taste, all these things. Just try to remember them, and then you can tell us in your short report afterwards. Now, let us begin, and when the bell goes, let us return to our seats. Let us begin mindful walking.
Sorry, Bante, we can't hear you.
Uh,
Yes.
Turn that on. Okay, everyone, we can return to our seats now. Now we will move on to sitting meditation. Again, if you're new, we will do some, I think I said mindful sitting. We will do some mindful sitting. This is how we call it. We'll do some mindful sitting. And what does this mean? We will sit somewhere, preferably with our backs straight. You can sit back, and we will observe our breath. Today we talked about the breath. It keeps coming and going. And when we breathe in, we notice that our belly rises. And when we breathe out, our belly falls. It rises, or our chest, it rises as we breathe in, and it falls as we breathe out, right? So let us keep our attention on our breath during mindful sitting. And let us try to keep this as the only object or as the only thing that we know with our attention or our mind. When we breathe in, we just know that we are breathing in. When we breathe out, we just know that we are breathing out. Now, as you are observing this, you may start feeling some kind of way, whether you're excited or whether you're bored, whether you're happy or whether you're sad. Now, just like we said today, all these things, they are not permanent, meaning they don't stay that way. They just come and they go, and we don't do anything about it. We are just observing it, right? And after our mindful sitting, we'll write a short report to tell us about our experience, the things that we noticed coming and going during our mindful sitting. Now let us begin mindful sitting. Sitting somewhere, sit upright, and we will gently close our eyes. Sorry, before we begin, someone raised their hand.
Before mindful sitting starts, can I please use the toilet?
Yeah, how long? Are you very quick?
Maybe like 30 seconds,
Perfect.
20.
Right. So once you come back, you can join as well. We will begin now, but no problem. You can just join us. All right, everyone, sit up, close your eyes gently, and begin observing the breath as it comes in, as it goes out. And if your attention goes to something else, you should notice that and bring your attention back to the breath as it comes in, as it goes out. It is just the nature of the mind to keep changing from paying attention to not paying attention. Just like we say today, things just keep changing. Let us continue observing the breath in and out. And when the bell goes, we shall continue. All right, everyone, you may open your eyes. Now we will go right ahead and write our reports. You can use your usual journal, or you can just grab a piece of paper and a pen, and you will tell us, you will begin with mindful walking. Write a few sentences, 5, 6, 7 sentences to tell us about your experience. Were you able to keep your mind or your attention on the walking? And if not, what were you thinking about, or what were you feeling? Or what experience did you have? In the same way, we will write about mindful sitting, 5, 6, 7 sentences about our experience with mindful sitting. Were you able to keep your attention on the breath? Or what else was happening with your attention? Were there any changes like we talked about today? Did things come and go and come and go? So let us write our report. And once you're done, you may raise your little Zoom hand. And after that, we will read the reports. We will share the reports. A few people are finished, but we'll take about 4 more minutes for everyone else to finish. Right, we have 3 hands up. I think we can begin in the interest of time. And anyone else who finishes while we are continuing, you can just raise your hand and join the queue for the reporting. So who do we start with? Sanhita, you can unmute and share your report, please.
Mindful walking. My mindful walking experience was mindful to relax my mind and body. I felt that the floor was cold, and it is also a cement floor. But I started to get distracted but I kept my attention to the walking. And when the bell rang, I sat down into my seat. Mindful sitting. When I was doing mindful sitting, it was also like the mindful walking session because it is also mindful to relax my mind and body. And I kept my attention to the breathing. And I also kept my attention to the breathing in and out. I sat down in a comfort. I also sat down into a comfortable manner. And when the bell rang, I opened my eyes.
Thank you for the report, Sanhita. You mentioned that you noticed the floor was hard. It's a cement floor. Now, having walked on a cement floor, there is a way that you felt about it. Its temperature was that it was cold, or its texture, maybe it was rough or smooth, or maybe something in the middle. It was hard, maybe soft. No, I don't think so. If it's concrete, it's got to be hard, right? Yeah, concrete is hard. So these are things that you notice because you're mindful, and also with your sitting, the comfort. You mentioned you were comfortable at some point, and you felt good in your mind and in your body. But like we discussed today, these things, they just keep changing. They all depend on the things that you do, where you sit, where you stand, where you walk. Depending on these things, then you get different feelings. Feelings of hardness, softness, feelings of coolness or heat, and all those kinds of things. So remember, all these things, they keep changing based on other things that we do. This is the changing nature of things. Just like we discussed today, things come and go. And when we notice these things, then we can say that we are in the present, and we can say that we are being natural, because all these things are also natural. So keep up, Sanhita. I would advise you to keep doing this every day, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, walking, sitting, writing your own reports, and going over them again and again for your mindfulness to improve. Next, we have Harini. You may unmute and share your report.
Mindful walking. I felt that my feet were touching the floor softly. My mind went to other things like my cat and friends and my friends, but I focused to mindful walking. Mindful sitting. I heard my mother was talking with my father, and it distracted me. But I focused to mindful sitting. Thank you.
All right. Thank you for the report, Harini. When you were doing your mindful sitting, you said you heard the sound of voices, mother, father, but before they were speaking, there was no sound to hear, right? So this hearing of yours, it only happened because you heard a sound. And this sound, it changes things. It removes our attention from our observing the breath, and it brings our attention to the ear so that we may listen. And after we notice that the mind is listening, we bring it back to our breath. Now, this is just the nature of the mind as we discussed. It keeps going from the eyes, it sees things. When it hears a sound, the attention moves to the ear. When it smells something, the attention moves to the nose. This is the changing nature of the mind that we want to keep noticing with our mindful sitting and our mindful walking, and also just being mindful every day with our life. When we go to school, when we go to the market, or when we are doing work in the house, when we are cleaning, just always being mindful, noticing how things are changing. My attention is going here, my attention is going there. And just like this, we become natural. Today we talked about how things are just happening naturally, right? And when we become natural, we just feel happy with ourselves, and no things cannot distract us or bother us very much. No matter what happens, we are mindful and we know, this will also change. This is also changing. So that is great what you reported, Harini. Keep up with the mindful sitting and mindful walking. Now we can move on to the next report. W.A. Aaron. What shall we call you? Please unmute and speak.
Should I just go for my report? Should I
Yes,
say my report?
yes, I was just asking, how shall we address you? Shall we call you Mr. Aaron?
I don't mind. I mean, well, I don't really mind, to be honest.
All right. Well, let us hear a report.
When I sat down for mindful sitting, I noticed how busy my mind was at first. But once I focused on my breathing, everything started to settle. I could smell my mom was making something in the kitchen, and I nearly got distracted. But then my mom closed the door, and I just went back to concentrating. Then I just had a bunch of thoughts, but I just didn't think of them, and they were just there, and then they left. For walking, I felt how my legs made contact with the ground when I was walking. Luckily, this time there's no distractions. Then I realized that every like 5 steps I bumped into something, so I decided to take 5 steps clockwise. Then I took 5 steps counterclockwise.
All right, thanks for the report. Again, here we see another example of things changing, distractions happening because of a cause. Something caused you to know that something was being cooked in the kitchen, right?
Yeah, smell.
Yeah. Perhaps you smelled something, or you heard the uh, utensils and pots clinking against each other in the kitchen. Something happened for your attention, for it to come to your attention that something is happening in the kitchen. And oh, I am no longer doing mindful sitting. My attention is there. Let me bring my attention back to the breath. Just like this, we notice this changing of our attention from this place to this place, from the eye to the ear, to the nose, to the tongue, to the body, how we are feeling. And when the attention goes to the eyes, we know things that are related to seeing. When our attention goes to the ear, we know things that are related to hearing. So when we are mindful, we always know these changes. Where is the mind going? Where is the mind going? And when we are always with the mind, we cannot be very upset about things, because we know, again, things are changing. Things are changing. Now, you mentioned when you are walking, you also noticed the texture of where you are walking. All these things are things that are arising in the mind. And like we said, anything that arises in the mind, it comes and it goes. It comes and it goes. So the more we keep doing mindful sitting, mindful walking, or mindful living, just going about being mindful, knowing where the mind is, the more relaxed we are, the more natural we feel, the more calm we are. So keep up with the mindful sitting and walking every day, 10, 15 minutes, keep up. And then we'll
you.
have Olu giving us her report. I'm sorry, Olu, it appears that you're, can you hear me? Yes, I cannot hear you. I see your mouth moving, but I don't hear any sound.
Olu is having the usual issue, I think. Olu, do you want to try later on? Maybe try. It won't work. Okay. Avasarai Bante, she's sometimes having the mic issue, so we wouldn't be able to hear her, unfortunately.
Okay. I don't know what's going on, but maybe if you unplug the the earpieces, the headphones from your device, then your device's microphone will pick up your sound. I don't know. Just a thought.
You can try something, or maybe just unplug it and plug, or else rejoin. Maybe if it works, you can present towards the end. Yeah.
All right. In that case, we'll move on as Olu tries to address the sound issues there. Vihas, in the meantime, Vihas, let's hear your report.
Mindful walking. I felt that the ground was cold. I also felt that when I was walking forwards, I felt that the ground was getting hotter and hotter, and I was bringing my attention to my feet. Mindful sitting. I heard my dad watching his phone, and I didn't get distracted. And I was bringing my attention to my breath.
Is that the end of the report?
Yeah.
All right, wonderful. Now, I would just like to bring our attention to something that Vihas said. He said that while he was sitting, doing mindful sitting, he heard his father watching something, some sound coming from his father's phone. But then he did not say that he got distracted. He said that he did not get distracted by this. And you know why? I think why he said that? Because he always knew that his attention has now gone from the breathing to the hearing. So there's no distraction there. He was with his mind, with his attention. He knows that it is changing from here to there. So there are no feelings of distractions that came about in him. So just like this, Vihas, you should keep up with this practice, with this mindfulness. Always follow your attention wherever it goes. And you will notice that if you're always there with your attention, then you can say you are in the present moment. There is no distraction because you know, my mind has gone here, but this will also change. Something will happen and my mind will go somewhere else. Now that is being very mindful. So keep that up.
Okay.
I'll move to the next report. Mr. Pasat.
Mindful walking. When I was doing mindful walking, I felt very calm, no distractions, just a good, peaceful, mindful environment. No birds chirping. It was a good place to do mindful walking, but then I got distracted by a thought about getting good or bad marks for the term test, so I was distracted. But since I practice mindful walking every day, I got mindful again, and when the bell rang, I returned to my seat. Mindful sitting. When I was doing mindful sitting, I felt very calm and peaceful. I felt my in-breath and out-breath going in and out of my nostrils. It was a good environment, so it was a good mindful exercise. But then I got distracted by a thought. But since I practice mindful walking, not mindful sitting daily, I got mindful again. And when the bell rang, I opened my eyes.
All right, wonderful. It's good that you mentioned you noticed the thoughts that were in your mind when you're doing mindful walking and mindful sitting. And just like Aaron also said, when he was sitting, he noticed some thoughts coming up in his mind. And He did not invite these thoughts. We don't invite the thoughts, they just come on their own. And when it's time to go, they don't bid us goodbye. They just disappear because they are just based on something else. Something has happened to cause them to arise. But we just observe. Like we talked about the flowers today, they just keep coming. And when it is time for them to die, they just die. They go away. So our duty, our work, our main task is to just observe these things as they're happening because we understand they are changing. They don't stay forever. They just come and they go. So there is really no need to pay so much attention to them. And by that I mean when we get distracting thoughts or when we feel something that is worrying us, there's no need to really stay with those things very much because we know that they will come and they will go. This is just the nature of everything. Just like the way the sun comes up in the morning and in the evening, it disappears. Things just keep coming and going and coming and going. And we know this because we are mindful. So we just become natural, just like the nature. So keep up, Pasat. Whatever all these things that are happening, when you just notice them, always know that your attention is on that thing. Then you can say that you are in the present moment. Very good. And then we will have Laviru. This is the last hand that I see is up. Let's hear your report, Laviru.
Mindful walk. I felt the softness of the floor. I felt that my hands touch each other, and it touched my clothes. I felt that my clothes were silk and soft cotton. I felt that I emitted some heat from my body. I felt my shirt was sticking and rubbing against my body. I felt my upper body and legs were warm, but feet was a little cold. I felt I was relaxed. I felt the bone of my wrist of the left hand from my right hand. I felt the middle part of my feet uh, mostly touch the carpet. Then I heard the bell ring. Suddenly, I felt mindful sitting. I felt the pressure on my back. I felt comfortable in the chair, and it felt that uh, most of the parts, like the back and the back, touched the cushion. I felt uh, thoughts came. So I felt thoughts came and go. While there was a thought, an itchy sensation came, and my mindfulness went to me itching my back. Then my mindfulness went to the breath and stayed there for some time. After some time, I felt that thoughts and go, come and go. I also felt a little coldness. Then I heard the bell, which was very loud and high pitched. End of the report, song.
All right, great. So many details there, Laviru. This shows that you have very big mindfulness. And noticing very small things like how your clothes are touching your body or your hands are touching each other or the texture of the surface on which you're walking, or when you're doing mindful sitting, how your attention keeps going from the thoughts and here and there. All these things are just because you are mindful. This little superpower that we are born with, called mindfulness, Because of this, you are noticing all these things. And one thing about all our experiences, like we said, they're coming and going. We don't cry about them. We don't laugh about them. We just remain mindful. Abiru, you look like a very calm person to me. And when you're always mindful, you always remain calm and you become confident. When we are interacting with others, you can speak clearly when you're mindful. This is the power of being mindful, the power of mindfulness. There's no need to cry about things or laugh about things. But can you imagine sitting on a riverbank and the river is flowing and you start crying, "No, I want this river to stop flowing, stop flowing." You're going to have a very hard time with that. Or the river is flowing and you're just laughing about it. "Oh, look, the river is flowing. That's very funny." There's no point to that. No point to crying or laughing about anything because we know it is changing. Just like the river is flowing, it just keeps changing continuously, continuously. In the morning, the sun comes up. In the evening, it goes down continuously, continuously. This is just the nature of things. There's no point crying or laughing about them. We just understand things as they are. So same with our mindfulness, when our attention goes from here to there, we just observe it. When good things happen, we just observe it. When bad things happen, we just observe it. No point to cry about them or to laugh about them. This is just the nature of how things are. So that was a great report, Labiru. Keep up with the mindful sitting and walking. And today we are going to hear from Heaven, right?
Yes.
Great.
Mindful walking. When I was walking, there were creaking rope in the mats. I felt my heart beat. Mindful sitting. When I was sitting, I felt the air on my face. I heard the birds chirping, but I didn't see any because I was closing my eyes. End of report. Thank you.
Hey, great. Great. You said that when you were sitting, you could feel the air on your face. That is something that is very small that many people might not even pay attention to. But you noticed that. And then your attention moved where? Your ears when you heard the chirping of the bird. Now, just noticing that your attention has moved from one place to another, that is a good sign of mindfulness. Because because many people they don't really they don't pay attention. Oh, where is my attention right now? Where is my mind right now? But when you notice this small thing, it means that you are in the present moment. And like you said, when we are in the present moment, we are happy. And when we are in the present moment, we become confident. We just remain calm. So keep up with always being mindful, and you will have all these good qualities about you, and you will become a strong person with your body and with your mind. All right?
Thank you, Swami Maharaj.
Absolutely. Keep up with the mindful practice. Now, I think we can move on to the next session in the program. We have not had Olu rejoining us. Perhaps we shall hear from her next week. I think we have an exciting activity today, and I will hand over to Infinity.
Yes, it would be me, Bante. Thank you very much for conducting the whole session throughout, Bante. And hello, everyone. I think, Laviru, I will directly take it from here.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so today we are gathered to do an interesting activity without talking a lot, because we need some time to witness or see the change in the activity that we are doing today, right? So here too, like Bante had been talking throughout the session, we will see some things changing and coming into place. So we will need some time for that. Because of that, we will have to get going and starting to do the creation, right? So it's a bit of craft work today that we are doing. For this, we need some paper towels. If you don't have paper towels, like me, I could not find, so I just got the regular paper serviettes, right? If you have around 3 for each person, that should be enough, right? Okay, so what we are going to do is, I hope you all can see. So we take one paper serviette. I recommend maybe you all the kids can watch me do the first one, and it's just the same process we have to repeat for the other two. So just watch me do the first one and then you will get the idea. Then all of us, let's start making the rest, right? So we simply start bending, probably around this size, right? 1 inch or so, we bend, and then inwards where the folding stops here, we start the next folding, right? And then with the size of this serviette, I can fold it around 3 times. And then I make a band like this from the serviette, right? And for those of you who are very small, if you want, you can maybe, we are drawing like a small arch, kind of, right?
I draw from the platina.
Yes, I might use a felt pen or a darker color so you can see. You all don't have to draw this. It's just to show you the shape we are going to cut. We are going to cut something like this, like, you know, our thumb finger, our finger also would have the same shape, right? So I'm just, for the others, you don't need to make a stencil mark or, you know, pen or pencil mark like this. You can directly cut the shape. So this is what we have to do. And then when we open it, you can slowly open so that we don't tear the paper unnecessarily. And I would have 4 columns like this, because there were 1, 2, 3. I did 3 foldings and then it gave me 4 columns like this. And then you would notice when you do that you can see it's visible, this bending marks, the folding marks, right? Just to show you all, I am making the marks here so that you can see in my one, the paper folded at those places, right? And there too, I'm going to make a small cut, like a 1 inch cut in the places that I marked, right? So you don't have to do the marking. You can see where your paper towel or the paper serviette bent. So here we make some small cuts, right? And now is when you will see what we are going to make. So we are going to, yes, we are going to bend it in a way. Now you will start seeing something like a flower, because our topic today was about flowers, right? So we are going to make some flowers like this. Okay, so these are the petals. Now you all can Okay, let me show the other part too. And then I would just gather all of the parts here like this and tighten it a bit. And to secure its placing, we are going to put a small tape. That's where the sellotape is needed, right? So I'm going to leave that. See, when you twist it a bit, because it's paper, it will nicely stay in place. So if you just gently keep it and then find your tape, just a small piece like a small band to maybe like, a small size like this. And we don't have to tighten it too much too. Don't tighten it a lot. Very gently secure the twisting and we will have our first flower like this. So can we all start making the 3 if you want? If you have 4, you are welcome to make 4. And there is a bit of coloring to do after this. So we will all first try to make the flowers, okay? So you can start with me now. If you have a paper towel, it will be a bit longer, but you can do the same thing, right? So we make one folding, and then where it stops, the next folding starts. And then again, we fold. And then if you like, you can do the bending to the other one, and we can keep both and do the cutting together, right? So I'm going to just do the folding of the next one. If you all want me to slow down a bit, you can. You take this one. And then we just cut it like with a bit of a rounded corner shape, right? So I cut both of my paper towels or paper serviettes together. And remember to fold, make the foldings, press it nice and firm so that you will clearly see the folding marks, right? Then we open and do the other cuts. So after we make the cuts from the foldings, we just bend and twist and try to bring it round and round to the shape of a flower. If any one of you are having any trouble, please feel free to raise your hand and let us know, and we'll try to help. Twist it at the bottom. Do we have Niranja aunty with us? Not sure if she can do the activity, but if she, I think she would switch on the video if she can. Maybe it's difficult for her to do today. And then if you've got your flowers properly, put a small tape. Don't tighten it a lot. Okay, and I'm just going to show you what to do with the next part, because we need some time, as I said, to observe the changes, right? So this is where I get, now I have 3, they look like Aralia flowers to me, the flowers we have in Sri Lanka. So I'm grabbing some of the colors, and let's do one by one. I'll show you one. If you are still making your flowers, no hurry at all. You do it slowly, but just see what I'm doing with the coloring. After that, you can do the same, right? Okay, so I'm just taking 2 colors. Yes, from Shanika's iPhone. Is that Dua or Puta? You have a question? You can unmute and speak.
I can't see. You are making the flower like this. Aralia flower.
Can you see this one?
Yes.
You didn't see how I made this?
No.
Okay. Did you see up to this step, Dua? Puta?
Yes.
Puta or Dua? What's your name? Dua, no? Okay. Right. So up to this stage you made, right? We have cut this. Then what we do is we gather it like this into the, slowly blend it round and round and round and round, and here then we twist it a bit from the bottom, and the top you will try to get a shape like this. Is it clear, darling, now? Yes? And then we take a sellotape, a small sellotape, like this, and then we fix it here near the where the petals are, gently, not too tightly, okay? And the rest of the thing you can just keep like that. That is the flower, all right? If you had more foldings, you might have 4 petals, 5 petals like that. The ones who have a paper towel may be having a bigger one, so we can cut more petals, okay? Right, now we are going to put some colors. So to my flower, I'm going to put 2 shades, okay? So this, towards the center, I will just put some, and when you are putting the colors, when you are coloring, do it gently, because this is paper, it will tear easily, right? But make sure that you paint, or kind of put the colors well, If it is very 1 or 2 strokes, that won't be enough. So from the brush of the tip of the pen, the platinum or the felt pen, do more strokes, right? I will use, then, so that's the center towards the outsides of the petal. You can use, please feel free to choose any colors of your choice. I'm just keeping a finger at the back, right? So that on the finger I can make some markings, right? This doing the painting, then it gives some support. So that's one flower, right? For the next flower, I'll choose 2 other colors. Maybe of a different shade, right? So pink and purple maybe for the next one. Center one color. You can be creative as you want. It doesn't have to be from the center, as you like. But put some colors, a bit more extra colors, okay, a bit more extra strokes of platinum would be better, right? And then I'm just, as the brush strokes happen, just notice how it feels on your fingers, the paper. See how the paper changes now, right? Okay, so that's one.
Also like this, how to make the other flower.
And for the next one, I will go with orange and blue maybe. So now as we put the colors, we can take it as the flower is blooming now, right? The flower is blooming and coming into color. Like Bante was saying, it's now in season, right? Nicely bloomed. I think just blooming, right? Just the colors are coming. Like in a caterpillar, slowly becoming a butterfly, just the colors coming in. But when we do the next thing, you will really start it first blooming, the colors spreading even, right? Okay, now, just to show you, I am proceeding. But if you need time, no problem, right? So, I'm taking my cups and adding some water. So the water too, I will bring it a bit towards the top of a bit more than half of the glass, right? So just almost filling the cup, but we don't have to fill it to the brim. And now I'm just inserting my flowers. Let's take this as the vase, right? Now we put them into the water and see what happens. See what happens, right? So this witnessing in the water part is, now in my one it happened very quickly.
My one even. My one even.
Right? Yes. And slowly, yes, you see it blooming and then it suddenly wilts. That's how it connects with our topic, right? Flowers always know when it's time to say goodbye. It blooms in bright colors, spreading joy and making things beautiful. And then, with the same grace of blooming, it also wilts gracefully because it knows that it is the nature of the flower to bloom and to wilt. And it wilts with grace. See? Okay, so I am observing the changes. I am letting you to observe silently and enjoy that wonder. And when you have done, you can show us as well so we can spotlight. And I recommend before you put into the water, it's good if you can have it on a mat or a tray, because as the petals wilt, it's going to drop the drips of water onto your table or the mat. So having it on a mat is better, okay? Right. So enjoy looking at the flowers as you put it into the water. That's where the joy comes in seeing that, right?
Wow. Make me run.
You can be creative in the paintings too. Now, because I made like a black marker to show you the border, that color has come differently. It shows very sharply when you make a border with the black color. How are we? The others who did, can you show me how it is from the camera? Aaron Puta, were you able to do it? I will let you all.
Flower.
Yes, you made it,
Well, I tried to do it.
but it didn't come.
No, not really.
Okay, shall I show you how to do? So we bend it once and then again an inner folding twice, and then my paper serviette ends with the third folding, and nicely do a firm press.
So how many folds should I do on it?
You can do the foldings, you can judge it till your paper towel or the paper serviette ends. Mine, it nicely makes 3 equal foldings, 3 times, right? If you have a longer one, you can maybe bend it 4 times.
Yeah, I got mine worked 3 times.
3 times, okay. Now we cut like the shape of the petal, like a small rounded corner. Wait, I'll show you, right? Like this. You cut it and make it like a small shape with a rounded thing, right? Do you want to do it? I'll wait for you.
Should I go get some scissors?
Okay, right.
I'll go get some scissors.
Have you got some water and a small cup as well?
I want that flower.
I hope the others too. Dear kids, if you are having any trouble or if you are stuck anywhere, please feel free to ask, okay? I'm happy to try and help you as best as I can. So we do a small cut like that, right? It doesn't have to be the perfect shape, just to get it like the rounded petal shape. And the others who have done, you can try to lay it on your table and show it to us, right? Okay, and then we gently open back the foldings, right?
I've got 2 of the towel.
Oh, okay,
I've
so
got
that's,
2 of them. So
yeah, that's because you have like a 2-ply paper serviette. So it came out, I think. Can you try to join it and have it like this, like the full paper serviette?
yeah, I'll try that.
Yeah. Otherwise, it will be too thin for you to work with. Okay, right. Now, back like this, yes? You have it? Right. And now you can see that, you can see the foldings, right? The folding marks. I will try to show you by marking my ones from a pen. Around 1 inch down from the top of the rounded corner. So we make a cut like this. So my one is like this, Aaron. Like that, right? So we make the cuts from those foldings. Same way, just as Aaron is doing it from where he was stuck, any other kid too, you can follow if you missed how to do it, right?
And yes, my one.
Ah, nice. What was your observation, Laviru? Do you want to share it with us?
Like it slowly started to like spread, and it's still like blooming, but like the purple and blue one is kind of about to like wilt, and also the orange one, but like the red one is like blooming, like still.
Nice. Yes. It depends on the length of the cup. If it's like very short, it will quickly spread and wilt. If it's a bit long, yes, it will take some time, and depending on the amount of water, yes, if you put little water, it will take time to rise and then to see that. So I think Laviru has got the perfect quantity where he's still seeing it. Some are wilting, some are blooming, so it gives that time to observe. Okay, thanks Laviru. Aaron, now we are there. Are you here? With
Kind
me?
of.
Yes?
I'm trying to make good cuts.
Okay.
Should I actually just use paper?
Yeah, even paper would do. It wouldn't, you wouldn't see the blotting as well as the paper serviette. But I will show you the way, Puta. Then you can try it leisurely.
Yeah.
Yes, you can take a paper. Yeah. Okay. In the meantime, I would like to see others as well. Harini, I can see. Okay. Let's try to help Aaron first. Aaron, when you
Should
are
I
ready.
also get some tape?
Huh?
Will I need tape?
Yes, some tape, right? Okay. So Harini's one dua, you have your background blurred, so we can't see the flowers. Right, now it's better. Nice. There you go. Very nice. You want to say something about what you observed? Harini? Do you want to share anything? Whether it was nice? No? Oh, yes, I can't hear.
No.
No, okay, that's fine. I'm grateful that you did it and lovely to see how it has come. Thank you, Dua. Then we have from Shanika's phone. Yes, Dua, you want to say something?
Yes.
Yes, what is it?
My flowers are mixed with green and yellow.
Very nice. You are not able to show us through the camera, Dua. Is it you are having some technical difficulty?
No.
Yes, okay. Right. Then try to take a photo and share your photos with us. Right? We'll put the number to share in the chat, and you all can please share your photos. If you were able to do a video, you can share any of that to this number we are sharing.
So, should I do 3 folds on this, right?
Yes, 3 folds first, Puta.
All right.
I'm not sure how well it will come, but we can always experiment and see, right? So 3 folds and cut it into a rounded corner. After that, we open it back and then cut the foldings. Okay. So we have shared the number that you can share your homework or photos. And if you are not in the WhatsApp group, you can follow that link and join the WhatsApp group. So you will be notified of the items to bring and for the activity the next week, right? Okay. Yeah. Aaron, let me know when you've done the cuts, right?
Yeah.
Are you
So,
there now?
when I
Yes?
cut it, should I just cut it like this, or should I fold it and then cut?
No, you just cut from where the foldings are. Now you have the foldings nicely, you can see it. Just cut around. You can cut a bit longer than 1 inch because it's longer, right? We'll see how it comes. Sasan, yes, Puta, you want to say something? You can unmute and speak.
Actually, it's Sati, but I was saying that I already did the assignment and I couldn't take a picture. So, should
That's
I do
fine,
that
darling.
again?
That's okay, Dua. If you now you would be having like ours, the wilted ones, right? So just take a
Yes.
photo of that and send to us. That will be fine, right? Because it will nicely resonate with the topic we did today. It's time to say goodbye. The flowers know when it's time to say goodbye. So the wilted flowers are perfect too, right? Okay. And others, I saw Sandini, Tenuli. What happened to you today, Tenuli? We didn't see from you. You couldn't do it. Today, Amma is not there to help you. Can't hear. Olu Akka's issue, right? But we heard a bit. Can you try to speak again?
My mother is here to help me.
Your mother is there to help. So where is did you make the flowers?
Yeah, I send the photos.
Right. Okay, so Niranjanti will show it for homework next week, okay? Right, great, thank you. Do you want to show it now from the camera? Just for others to see?
I got it like that.
Okay, right, thank you, Tenuli. Yes, Aaron, so the cuts are made like this?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
So try also. Alright, I do one more thing with it. Yep. Now I've done that.
Okay, so then we gather from the place we cut, from that place we slowly start gathering it and making it into a circular shape so that it takes the form of a flower, right? Like this. Gather them one by one, kind of flocking them together in a circular shape, rounded, and then make it like, I think you can do it from that paper as well. It's just, it'll be a bit stubborn than the paper serviette, bending wise. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So you'll have to go kind of, yes, good, right? You kind of need to have a tight gathering towards this part where the stem is starting kind of, right? And that's where we put a small tape, not very tightly because the water needs to flow through it. If we tighten it too much, it'll be difficult for the water to breathe and pass through, right? So you need to gently put a tape and then insert your flower into the water. Before that, you need to do the colorings, right? So do the colorings on the petals,
Mm-hmm.
put any colors as you like. Did you get this, Aaron? Now the flower is done, yes?
I've kind of got it in it.
Okay, gather it and put a tape now. Then it will secure in place.
But it's kind of like a square base.
Okay. Okay, what we will do is, Puta, this is there in Facebook, right? So you try to leisurely do, and you don't even need to watch the recording again. You know, you got the idea, right? How to do it. If you want, you can go to the Facebook recording and see again how we have done and do it leisurely. There is no hurry, okay? And you can get the help of somebody else as well just to do that gathering and the taking it into the shape of a flower. Get the help of an adult for that, okay? And then the best part is you do the coloring and insert it into the water. You ideally need to do it with a paper towel or paper serviette because the water will blot nicely and it will spread, right, than the A4 paper. So you do that experiment after this. Take your own time and do it, right? Great. Thank you for that. And any other kids, do you want to share anything? I'm sure you are happy. Sandini, Dua, you were able to do it or not? You can unmute and speak.
I was able to do that.
You were able to do it. Okay, great. Share us the photos, okay?
I'm good.
Right.
Mama is calling.
And Sanhita, Puta, you did it?
Almost.
Almost doing, yes. So like Aaron, you also can try it. Try to do it slowly. That's the best way to do it. Even I did it without talking. When you do it slowly, because you have to pay attention as you turn it around. So do it at your own pace and you will get it. Okay? Vihas, what about you? You did it, Puta?
Yeah, I did it.
Okay, nice. Thank you for showing. So if you were able to capture some of it, share it with us, okay? Thank you to all of you. It was nice to see. And any one of you who want to check it again and see the steps how to do, please feel free to. It's always there in Facebook. You can watch it from there, right? Thank you, Laviru. I would like to pass it on to you, and thanks, Laviru, for doing the co-hosting today. So over to you for the closing.
Thank you. Most Venerable Dhammosid Swaminathan. As we are at the end of the program, I would like to give a brief of today's session. As usual, we started the session by talking about a statement from the book Miss Rumphius by Barbara Cooney and how it's related to mindfulness. Then we did mindful walking and sitting for about 10 minutes and then read and discussed our reports with the group. I would like to thank Kinsey Auntie for doing today's fun and mindful flower activity with us. And finally, I'm taking this opportunity to thank our most venerable Dhammosita Thero respectfully on behalf of all the mindful friends who have joined for today's session and for giving us this valuable experience about mindfulness. Have a mindful week, everyone.
Thank
Thank you. Have a mindful week, everyone.
Have
It's
a nice week, everyone.